Attention, duelists! If you could all stop staring at my hair for a moment.
We are back with another video. What's going on? Today we are going to talk about how Pokemon just seriously freaking embarrassed Yu-Gi-Oh! And we're going to go into it with some great detail. We're going to hit on some things we saw this past weekend that are pretty freaking amazing and pretty freaking pathetic. Let's go. Alright, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up on the video, and make sure to ring the notification bell so you stay on top of all the sweet stuff we got coming up for you, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged Progression City Battle City, which is going to be returning this week. We do have a giveaway today. I'm going to be giving away this Pharaoh's Rare Japanese Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. All you got to do is make sure that you are subscribed and you leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video and everything that we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to be playing you some videos up here to the left, and I'm going to be kind of going through some of the things that we saw this weekend. Now, before we get into it, I just have to point this out that yes, we are comparing Pokemon Worlds to just another YCS, which is in not so populated of an area, so I'm very much understanding of that. But there was two very contrasting live streams going down this weekend, and there were things about the Pokemon Worlds that really kind of blew my mind compared to Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds, and it's something that I want to see from Yu-Gi-Oh! Going forward. So let's talk first about Pokemon. The intro video to Pokemon Worlds was incredible. Not only was it super colorful, but the whole presentation itself I felt was very excited and very, generated a lot of excitement for the competition that was going to be taking place there, not only with the trading card game, but with video games of Pokemon Go. It featured, content creators like Leonhardt, which is probably one of the biggest Pokemon streamers and YouTubers out there. And it just showed how much they want to make their community a part of Worlds. And I thought that was really cool. Like I said, very upbeat, very colorful, a lot of fun. Then you go to Yu-Gi-Oh! And it just has this boring ass countdown. We're going to start the stream in here in a bit, and then it's these same guys behind the counter. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for these guys. I'm glad they landed jobs with Konami. They're doing what they love. I'm not trying to bash on them at all, but man, a lot of these dudes seem not only super uncomfortable behind the mic, but a lot of it just feels like it's very unplanned, if you get my meaning. Like there's not a lot of thinking on the fly involved in the people who have a mic, at least for the United States. I watch the European YCSs. Those guys are super passionate, very smart. I love all the commentators for the European YCSs. You can tell how passionate they are about the game. Not necessarily like the people who work at Konami in the United States and the guys who call the YCSs here aren't passionate about it. But I see things like this interview that took place after a match, and like you can see this video, you can watch this kid and you can legitimately see how uncomfortable he is during this entire interview. Like he's shaking, he's trembling, and the guy's just standing there with a mic and he's like, come on, keep freaking the F out, instead of just going, guys, he's done. He doesn't want to talk. Just congratulate him, shake his hand, get off, go back to the jabronis in the booth. It's so bad that they just let this kid sit there and have a nervous freaking breakdown after going through this freaking just grueling duel on a streaming platform, no doubt. It's streaming in front of the entire world. The guy's freaking out, and they're just standing there like holding the mic at his face. It's like, get off. He's done. He doesn't want to be a part of it. So, I don't know. Thinking on the fly like that, man, you got to read the room. If the guy's uncomfortable, you got to get off of it. Also, it's something to point out from Pokemon Worlds is how much passion there was in the crowd. How much excitement there was for people who love Pokemon to all be together in the same place. There's this unity amongst the Pokemon community that just has so much passion and love for this anime and for the card game and for the video games, and it's almost like a massive celebration. I went to YCS Rosemont a couple of years ago. Super fun. It was a great time. And then last year went to YCS Indianapolis. Completely different experience. Super freaking dull. And not only that, but it was just, everything was just so quiet. Everything was quiet. There was no excitement. There was no color. There was no happiness. There was no joy. It was just vendors, and that's it. And people shopping for cards. There's nothing to do other than duel, obviously. But like, you're looking to be a part of the community, but the entire community's in the tournament. And I just feel like the two were completely lopsided. Whereas Rosemont was a lot of fun, felt very interactive. Indianapolis was just like, you're coming here to play. And I get somebody even made the point like, hey, if you're going to a YCS, you're there to participate in the tournament. And I'm thinking, yeah, but how often do we get a chance to actually go to a YCS? Like how often does the average Yu-Gi-Oh duelist who doesn't maybe have a big community around him have the chance to go out to a YCS and be around fellow duelists, hang out and have a good time? Wouldn't you want to make something like that special? It's just my opinion. It doesn't really take a whole lot. I mean, think of all the Yu-Gi-Oh video games that have been made throughout the history of the freaking game. Why you couldn't just have a game center where you could play video games with people, or hook up Master Duel, hang out with people and play Master Duel. I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't take a lot, and they do the bare minimum when it comes to some of these YCSs. And like I said, you take a look at that Pokemon world, there's people walking around having a good time. They're interacting with them, and Yu-Gi-Oh's starting to do that a little bit more. They're starting to send their dude with a microphone out and talk to duelists, but most of the time there's still a lot of dead air and just a bunch of duelists walking around for 25 minutes with nothing happening. And if they do have it, they show the same commercials you've been watching for the last 4 or 5 months, so you've already seen all this stuff. And I know they're kind of tiptoeing into becoming more entertaining on their live streams, but I'm telling you, it's just like I found myself over the weekend watching more Pokemon than YCS because it was just more entertaining, even though I'm not even a Pokemon player. I don't even know how to play the freaking card game, and it was more entertaining than watching the YCS. Now, I flicked back and forth, and I did see some things, and probably one of the most concerning things I saw in comparison of the two is the fact that Pokemon, you get these really good feel-good stories from Worlds and from all their tournaments, and Pokemon just has this strong unity when it comes to their community. And it seems like the Yu-Gi-Oh community is just a bunch of edgelords trying to one-up each other on the internet and in the comment sections, and it's friggin' embarrassing. And not only just in the comment section, I mean, the comment section's one part of it, but also there is this, probably the biggest drama that came out of the YCS was the slow play, which I watched, and from the time the second duel ended to the time the third duel began, it was over 4 minutes. And it was very clear that this dude was stalling for time, which is a level 4 penalty. And it was just a very sleazy sleazeball move. And the video itself has got a, terrible rating. Tons of thumbs down. The comment section is just lighting this kid up for slow playing. And again, it's a lot of people are defending him, saying, hey, he didn't break any rules. Well, technically he did. It took him 4 minutes to start the third duel from the time that the second duel ended. Second of all, they blame it on the judges. And I agree, like, judges got to be on top of that crap. Because at the end of the duel, once he gains 1,000 life points because of his fusion monster that's on the field, he just puts his hand out. And you can tell by the way he presented himself that he knew what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He slow played the hell, getting that third duel underway, and then all he had to do was get into his fusion, gain 1,000 life points, GG. And the way he just kind of slinks his hand across the table and is waiting for his opponent to accept the handshake, his opponent is basically being told, you've lost the duel. The duel's over, time ran out, he has more life points than you. I apparently was making an argument to the judge, asking for what I imagine is extra time. We haven't heard from this duelist yet, as far as I'm aware. I haven't seen any videos on this guy, but the dude ended up like making a deck profile and talking about it, and he's just getting drugged through the freaking mud in the comment section because people are just trashing the hell out of this guy. Not only that, but some of the comments that people are making in the comment section are freaking embarrassing and just reflective of this community. Not in a whole, but there's just so much trash in this community. It's freaking embarrassing. Now, again, we don't know the exact motive, and again, people can say up and down, hey, he only took 2 minutes to side. Well, 4 minutes went by before the duel even began. So the way I looked at it, I was like, it was a sleazy move, but he knew what he was doing, and it's just another crappy rule that Konami has to fix at the end of the day. Because if it's getting down to, I personally feel like if a certain time limit has been breached and the third game hasn't started yet, either time needs to stop or both players need to be allowed to at least play one turn, because this was really freaking controversial and people are talking so much crap about this kid, and he just looks like a freaking buffoon because everybody in the world saw exactly what was doing. And just also the fact that he scooped his deck up while his opponent still had his deck and cards on the field. He left him in position because he was trying to dispute it with the judges, maybe to get more time. And his opponent, after holding his hand out for 20 seconds, pulls his hand away, scoops up his cards, and leaves the table. And that right there was it's just not good. You don't like seeing crap like that. You don't want to see crap like that. And then going into the closing ceremony back to Pokemon, I mean, it's just absolutely insane. And there's so much passion for the champion who won the Masters duel. I mean, it was amazing. It was so cool to see how much support this kid was getting from his crew and how many people were still there. I mean, it's Worlds. And then you got Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds, and it's like, it's invite only. Again, should be a celebration. And once again, they just trip over their own freaking shoelaces. So, I don't know. Again, the celebration with Pokemon for Worlds, unbelievable. The celebration for Jesse Cotton, who's clearly the freaking GOAT of this game, winning his 6th YCS. Obviously, they don't know who's going to win by the end of it, but Jesse Cotton winning his 6th YCS in front of a crowd of like 20 people who were still there. And then the grand exit for this freaking GOAT of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is where do I go? I'm not really sure. Yeah, go behind the black curtain, Jesse. Congrats. Thanks for showing up. It's just a lot of miscoordination, a lot of people who are uncoordinated, and I don't know, man. It's just I'm looking forward to Worlds. I'm looking forward to seeing the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championships. I'm going to kind of take an introspective look at how Yu-Gi-Oh! Presents their Worlds versus Pokemon. Obviously, two very different animes, but all Yu-Gi-Oh! Does is rely on nostalgia anyways. There's way more that they could be doing with their presentation. And since they've kicked us all basically in the ass, telling us we're not allowed to go to Worlds, we're not allowed to participate in the celebration, that you guys now have to watch online, and hey, you can go to your OTS and have watch parties and everything. Yeah, I don't know about that, but we'll see how their presentation is, and we'll go from there. But a lot of good and a lot of bad this weekend, coming from two powerhouse animes, and once again, Pokemon proving just how dominant they will always be over Yu-Gi-Oh! As much as Yu-Gi-Oh! Is trying to continue to reach a younger audience, the game is built on toxicity. That's what is flowing through the community. There isn't this positive feel-good thing. There are stories out there. There's some positivity out there, but you got to go looking for it, because unfortunately all the negativity is what is always popping up. So that's my thoughts. Leave a comment down below if you want to get down on this giveaway for the Japanese Pharaoh's Rare Envoy of the Beginning. And let me know what you think about the conversation that we had today. Let me know what your thoughts, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Perfectly fine. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. And also, if you need sleeves for your cards, make sure to hit up Amazon, hit up Titan Shield, use that code Duelist15. You're going to save you 15%. They're some of the best sleeves around, and for the best price too. They also sell them in 150 count as well. Something to check out. But much love to you guys. Thank you for supporting this channel. Talk to you soon. Till then.
Deuces. Penguins.